Yeah. It's now morning. The lights creaking in, the mist still lightly everywhere.
With rosy
But
fingers?
it's like, yeah. At this point, it's kind of bloody fingers.
Eh. Eh.
A red dawn rises. Blood has been spilt this night.
Well, yeah, a lot of mine too. Yeesh. I
Yeah.
put my armor on while I can.
Are
Mm.
you sure? I think you're fine.
I take an action to don my shield, and then I take however long to get chainmail on.
It probably takes you a good bit, so it's definitely like morning.
Well, I mean,
Well,
it
meaning like
takes a
it's no longer
minute to
like
get my shield on, though. I mean, it's an action. It's really weird.
yeah, I mean the armor.
Oh, the armor. I think it's 4. I'd have to check.
No, I think
It's chainmail.
uh, chainmail. Oh,
I
I
know
think it's
leather's
like
1 or 2. I mean, just a regular shield is 1 turn or 1 action. I mean, it's ridiculous.
yeah, until you can get to a higher level where you can just quick equip. Usually with my barbarian, I just sleep with it on.
Yeah, I'm an
Just
elf.
sleep with it
I'm a
right
half
over the
elf.
chest.
I mean, yeah, no.
Yeah, good luck.
And now leather armor, I would have been like, I think I
It
should
takes
be able to sleep with this on, but chainmail, I know.
yeah, it takes 5 minutes.
5 minutes.
Okay.
It's a chain shirt and chain pants.
Mm-hmm.
They're heavy though. You're still looking at what, 30 pounds of.
Yeah, and you have to make sure it doesn't like start chafing up somewhere.
I guess I also have that like cloak I put on over it, and I have to
Yeah.
put my weapon belt on, and then my.
I mean, putting cold chains on in the early morning, just whoo.
Oh no, no,
Yeah.
there is cloth
awake.
underneath. You're not putting it on nothing. You know how much that would
Yeah.
pinch?
Yeah, there is cloth in their meat, but it's still kind of cold, right? It was out all night.
It was next to the fire all night. Thank you. It's nice and toasty.
Yes.
Oh, fair enough.
That's smart, yeah.
It's warm. It's warm.
One of these nights, you're just going to toss it in the fire, and I'm going to get up, and it's just going to be this burning hot chainmail.
Nice and toasty.
You are now one with your armor as it fuses to your skin.
I don't think my wife would like that.
Fair enough. Okay, so we just killed 3 bandits in the night. Are we gonna bury them? Or we're just gonna leave them here.
I mean, do you want to bury them or burn them? Burn them would be probably a bad idea.
Yeah, I don't want to burn them.
Though the funeral pyres are great. Yeah, let's bury them.
Okay.
We
All
take
right.
our time burying them instead of taking them to town.
Do you have shovels?
I don't
Yeah,
know.
let's-
Is that in my explorer's pack? Let me check my sheet. Can I also commit murder with my shovel?
Oh,
Yes. You can be a shovel murderer.
I have
or
a
shovel
bedroll. What do you know? I actually have a bed in this system.
because people were getting so tired of not having one.
No. I do have my shield though.
We can use the scimitars.
I have my shield.
Okay, fair enough.
You could just leave them as well.
Yeah, we could just stack them up next to each other.
It was an unfortunate accident. They all fell on each other in their long johns and all cracked their heads all at once.
There's slash marks all over.
Slash marks, stab wounds.
That
All
pyre is looking better and better the more I try to figure out how to bury these guys.
I mean, you can bury them. It'll just take a really long time.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, we can leave them.
is it rocky terrain?
They're like basically increasing like kind of plateauish steps, basically.
No, I mean, like, are there enough rocks around that we can just, like, bury them under those?
No.
Okay. Then I think we just leave them. After we look around for a little bit after mentioning burying them, and we're like, we can't do that.
It was a hard enough effort to kill them.
Yeah. I don't know. They died pretty easy.
Yeah.
And then
There
they ganged up
were-
on me because I decided not to shoot at them. But yeah.
There were some steps. You see their footprints going this way, torture camp, one in the poor decision. Roll me a straight intelligence check to recall something.
Working on it. I don't have a very high intelligence.
17.
So.
Oh,
Whoa.
snap.
Yeah, these are definitely the footprints you saw before Philip tripped on them.
You
and
met.
your suddenly eidetic memory.
And you probably even, see, like, looking at the leather armor, you might, with that 20, you probably smell pig. Pork.
Yeah.
Probably.
You're like, no, you suddenly remember, like, some random thing, like how much wear on leather armor you get if a pig is squirming next to it if you have to carry it, not kill it.
Oh, yeah.
So you know the armor is just thinner by that specific amount that you strangely remember. You don't
Also,
remember who taught you that,
is
because it's just random.
that was supposed to be an intelligence save, right?
No, just the check.
It's not a save to remember something? I mean, it doesn't matter. I don't have proficiency, so
I think the
it didn't change
saving
it.
throws go for like combat things.
Yeah.
Like-
Well, I
kind of
mean,
what I was going with.
you usually make a save, but I mean, you make a charisma save when you're talking to someone, and
Well, generally, I do persuasion or something like that, depending on what you're trying to accomplish.
yeah.
Alright, well, shoot, I guess, should we go back and,
Well, I mean, there's also kind of an obvious trail.
Oh, yeah, that
let's
one
try
left
to
a really-
go back where they came from.
Obvious. Does that mean advantage?
May get advantage.
It isn't that much, but there are some blood. There's some blood.
Okay, well, because if it was obvious enough for advantage, then if someone was helping you, it would have been advantage plus 5.
Let's
Yeah.
follow that trail. What trail? The trail I carved. In what?
Blood.
No one.
In the bend.
So I'm gonna roll, and I'm assuming you're helping.
Yeah.
15.
Advantage plus 5.
I didn't. Well, if it wasn't good enough to, because I asked if the trail was good enough to give advantage, and you said not that good.
I was saying not that much blood. But yes, it is
Oh.
that
Oh,
good to give advantage.
then it's 20.
Yeah,
Yeet.
yeah. Meaning, like, he isn't, like, bleeding out dead, like, 5
No,
feet
no,
from
I was thinking he was
Yeah.
like flailing about and like breaking
Yeah,
upsetting
he was
leaves and
flailing
breaking branches and that sort of stuff.
Yeah, it stops becoming straight after a little bit, because, he's trying to duck and weave and run from the mist.
Yeah.
I got attacked in the woods last night by the mist. Mm-hmm. I do want to point
Sure,
out that one
Jimmy.
thing I always
Sure.
do is I always carve my initials into every weapon that I wield.
Mm-hmm.
So
And I
every
do
weapon
that
says Mott.
Every campaign. Yeah. Yes. Well, every character I played, I do that because there's been many times where, like this, for instance, my weapon's stuck in my enemy's back, and then I go try to find it. I've actually found it a couple times. So, just
I don't
so
know.
you
We
know
might
ahead of
find
time.
it on the trail if you pulled it out.
yes,
Yeah, you find it on the trail.
perfect.
Oh, let me reset my saving throws here for my death saves.
If you could, please.
But Michael, it says I have 3 successes and a failure.
Ah,
Yeah, see it.
I failed.
What? That looks like a success to me. Okay, so we follow the trail.
Yes, one moment. No.
Wait, roll one more time to see if you survive twice.
No, I failed.
just do not have good options for tokens.
I thought there were more free ones.
There are, but none of them really work, is the thing.
Oh yeah, I suppose so. Yeah, I have access to the premium ones now, so I'm like, these again. I can do stuff without having to actually buy things. Well, I'm paying for the subscription, so I guess, you know.
Yeah.
So wait, if I make a game and make you the DM, do you have access to the premium stuff?
No idea.
We'll have to test that.
Sure, that will work.
Oh, do you want to get rid of the bandits?
Yeah. These guys get deleted. Your campsite is now gone, for you have left it. It is abandoned by you.
Did we forget to put the fire out?
Suddenly everything's just on fire.
Well, this should
not
make it
Misty
easier to
Steppe.
find people.
Huh? Follow the trail, you find the knife as it eventually either he pulled it out or it fell out from him bumping enough stuff.
Okay.
And you encroach upon another clearing, as it were, and you hear the sounds of an argument. Most likely someone is not happy about someone doing certain things, like abandoning his allies.
I feel like we should be doing... Yeah, I'm pretty sure you just rolled what I was about to. Oh no! Oh no!
Yeah.
I attempt to stealth, which you think I would be better at, because I'm from a forest.
You would think.
Is it
One
still
would
misty?
think.
It's okay. It's because you're in chainmail.
Oh, no,
it-
I have disadvantage. No, don't...
Roll again.
It's still 10.
What?
So, let's see. These.
I did
these
completely
guys-
forget about that.
Okay. Luckily for you, since they would have disadvantage
Right.
because of the mist, you succeed.
Oh,
Woof.
praise Alleluia.
Somehow, some way, you succeed.
Praise the daughter.
Nah, I don't think it would be the daughter at that point.
No.
The daughter, who is known as Tila.
So what do we hear them arguing about then?
Mostly about this guy botching it, and the fact that he ran away and left his allies.
Okay.
All you had to do was just move past them. Nothing more, nothing less. Why did you shoot?
Oh, and he was stupid enough to tell him he shot, too. That's just
Yeah.
perfect.
Yeah, because he panicked. You told him about the whole thing. The mist attacked him. It wasn't the mist, you fool. Probably was just sneaking up on you.
I'm trying to decide whether or not I'm just going to put a crossbow bolt in one of their throats.
Yeah, I'm already gonna draw mine out.
I feel like we're on the
He-
same lane.
He
Same
is close or far
wavelength.
as you want to be.
Well,
I can be as close as I want.
Not like you can't be like within eyesight, but you can be like 20.
well, I feel like we could be
feet away.
behind a tree.
Yeah, you could be like easily like 20 feet away. There isn't like trees like 5 feet away from them.
Well, no,
Cool.
but like,
I've got direct line on this new guy.
Yeah, he doesn't look like the rest of them. In fact, he actually doesn't even look like he's from here.
he doesn't look like he's from here.
Yeah.
What mean you? Can I make some sort of
he-
roll for this?
He's actually, for one, he's more heavily armored.
Okay.
And for two, whereas these people are generally lighter in complexion of skin, he is slightly darker. Probably from one of the other various islands nearby, would be the guess.
Okay.
If you're wondering, the Half Moon Kingdom, they're kind of British, generally speaking.
Okay.
Okay.
So he has like a Mediterranean, basically, type of look to him.
Should we shoot now or listen more?
I say we shoot the one that shot us first, and then I'll keep a beat on this guy. And if he tries to run, we'll just kill him.
Okay, I assume it's advantage because I'm stealthed.
Yeah.
So I'm shooting the bandit that we
The one
know
who
from
got
before.
away.
Yes, I am destroying the one who got away with 7 damage.
Oh, he dies.
Yeah, I know.
He dies from the mist.
A silent
Yeah,
bolt
so-
comes from the mist.
Yeah.
As my location is revealed, but I'm still
you're
kind of behind a tree, so I'm not. So I mean, he knows where I am.
Yeah. You shoot, and it's like he turns a little bit, and it hits right where the dagger hit, but this time just goes all the way through.
Yes.
I'm gonna have a
I
hard
would
time
stop.
finding that bolt. Oh, speaking of bolt, I need to mark that as 1 less.
Yeah. At which point, this guy turns to you. I am going to give you a surprise round for that.
Well, I sure hope so.
Yeah.
Which means that it's Alex's turn, but we need to roll initiative.
Yeah. Roll initiative basically to. Let me put it up real quick for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you need to remove us.
Yeah. Let me.
I mean, I could
Need you-
see it, so technically, I guess it would have been fine, but because we're on the
Oof.
same page.
There's my normal rolls.
Mine
Yeah, I
looks so
know.
much higher because I have the 0.15 on it.
I know the feel. Let's see. So his thing would be that.
Well, it really doesn't matter for the first round because you can still act because it's a surprise round. Oh, you don't even need to reorder it. Well, I guess you kind of. Never mind. So I went already.
Okay. He spends this round being surprised because this is basically right after you shoot.
Yeah.
Is what
Yeah.
So it is your turn, Alex.
Does he look aggressive?
You just killed one of his people, and
Well, I mean, does like in that split second, does it look like he wants fight or flight?
fight?
Okay,
Do I have advantage at this moment?
you're still stealth.
Yeah, you would.
Okay.
Intimidation.
I'm going to call out.
Oh, do you have advantage for intimidation though?
I don't think you'd have an advantage for intimidation.
Well, the
Then I will
25,
take 12.
the 25 was rolled first.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. I did
So
not know if there was a. Okay.
So we'll
Oh.
just say that was the attack roll if you want to do that. Well, actually, no,
Yes.
you don't even need that because that's intimidation. You rolled a natural 20. Never mind. So yes, so you crit intimidate.
I'm going to tell him to surrender or die.
As you step from the mist.
Yes. I will tell him that I am the mist.
Uh,
Surrender or die.
I have an idea, and I want to run this by you because
Okay.
your court generally has like a religious symbol that basically no one else but like Baru or someone who lives there would know.
Mhm.
So I'm gonna say with that natural 20, he's like a quarterling that lives there, and you just flash it to him, kind of like the whole police.
You know, I'm with the FBI. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, so that occurs. And for a second, there's a split second in his mind where even then it seems like he wants to continue this fight, but then he just drops his weapon because he knows who you're from.
Assuming the position.
Yeah, and he literally does the whole like on knees and hands behind the head.
Okay.
In case
Perfect.
you are
Well, I've got
sweet.
some rope.
Well, that was interesting.
That was fun.
That is not where I saw that going.
You needed that natural 20.
All right, so we'll tie him up.
Okay. I'm
Yeah.
going to remove Survivor Mick dead now.
Yeah. Mick no longer Survivor Man.
Yeah.
Yep. I'll let you loot him if you want while I'm dealing with this
I
guy.
don't need to loot him.
Okay.
I really only killed him because he attacked you first.
Fair. So I guess we'll start off with explain who you are and why your men were stealing pigs.
Madame Zerona is not happy.
I was doing it because I was ordered to.
By who?
And he thinks for a second about who to specifically tell you. And he like kind of rolls down his like arm, and you see basically a tattoo that is literally just a spider web that's going like down his arm.
Okay. I have no idea the significance of this spiderweb tattoo, but what do I roll to try to figure that out? Insight?
He's gonna tell you.
Oh, okay, cool. Go for it.
My local leader of my group, those of us who follow Tila, the daughter, told me so. He told me that he had a vision and I needed to help in this endeavor wherever it led.
Hmm.
I
game.
Yeah.
Sorry, real quick, what's the gravedigger's name again?
His name is Cedric.
Yeah, Cedric.
Cedric, okay. Sorry, okay, go ahead. Continue.
Other than that, member of the court, I was told nothing more. Just keep up these things, keep it to a schedule, keep causing chaos.
Okay. So what do you know about the recent sightings of this creature in the forest? Was that you guys, or?
As far as I know, it's rumors other groups have been spreading. I don't think anyone's been physically doing it, but you know how people are when they're lost and afraid.
Well, yeah, the mind does play tricks. Well, I thank you kindly for this information, but you understand that there's one of two options here. You either die here, or I turn you into local authorities. Which would you prefer?
I get the option.
You do get the option.
Is he currently tied up?
He is currently tied up.
Where'd you put his weapons?
I mean, I would have removed them from him because
Well, yeah, he did drop them. I probably kicked them away when I walked up if you hadn't already moved them.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah, my main goal would just be tying him up.
By the way, how well did you tie those knots? Just curious.
Well, let me do a survival. Sorry, you were saying, Michael?
Would it be survival or athletics?
It'd be survival for knots.
Yeah, survival.
Yeah, survival.
Athletics would be like
weapons strong.
Well, he did tie him.
Yeah, you did tie it very well.
I mean, I still have my crossbow out, but I'm not like aggressive with it.
Oh yeah,
I'm holding it at my side.
Do you have it loaded?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Mine's not, but you know.
He's going to try to fling his face at the basically tip of the bolt sticking out.
Oh boy!
Like his straight of his eye. If you want to stop this, you do get a dexterity check with advantage because he's tied up. But if you want to let it happen, it happens. Mr. Interrogator.
That sounds like he made a choice. Just saying.
Yeah, I'm gonna let him do it.
As much as this surprises my character, he made his choice.
He straight up, basically full frontal flings like the left side of his face onto the bolt. and it just pierces into his eye and into his head. It takes a little bit for him to die from it, but because he can't get the full thing in there, can't get
Right.
stuff.
Well, pull the trigger
He's
afterwards.
instantly
just to give it a
lobotomized.
little extra.
Yeah,
And then you finish him
Yeah.
off.
yeah. Then you finish him off, and he just collapses, and he's dead.
And
Well, your
I'll
boat's
look
easy
over
to
and be
find.
like, I'll be like, he chose this. You were here. You're my witness.
He
Yeah,
attacked me.
he chose it all right.
Self-defense.
He headbutted you.
Self-defense. It's self-defense. He flung himself on my sword and stabbed him 37 times in the chest. I know, that's what's kind of funny.
I retrieve my crossbow bolt. I'm pretty sure yours is right there.
Yes,
I know.
it's right there.
What weapons does Josh, now have from this guy?
Are you talking about from this dude? Or from
Yeah.
the other band?
Yeah, what did this
From
guy
his-
have?
He had a dagger.
Okay, I could probably use a dagger.
He had a scimitar.
Don't need that.
And he also has studded leather.
Don't need that. Chainmail. Oh yeah. Okay, so yeah, I can use a throwing dagger. Why not? What are the stats on a dagger, real quick?
Should be D6.
No, well, like
What?
the weight and stuff.
1d4.
Okay, dagger's 1d4. Are you sure?
Uh,
That doesn't sound
yeah, it's
right.
4.
Okay.
D6 for everything else, and a dagger is 1 pound.
Studded leather is AC 12 plus Dex modifier.
Perfect.
Is dagger dex?
Dagger is Dex or Strength, I believe, because it's a finesse weapon.
Oh, okay, then strength,
it's-
because...
I can.
And then you said 1d4?
Yeah.
That's the same as an improvised weapon. That doesn't sound right.
It is. Yeah.
Well, the thing is, like, a small little dagger does that, but I can have an improvised weapon of this, like, let's say the King's Throne, if I'm strong enough. And the
Fair enough. I'm just saying it just sounds
Yeah.
weird.
Yeah.
What's the range on that again? It's
2060.
Yep.
see, that sounds
Uh,
weird, but you think about it and you're like, oh, people can throw daggers further than that. Why?
Yeah.
And it's piercing because it's a sharp little
Yep.
thing.
But you do notice there's, in fact, no pigs here.
Oh, they ate it.
I would.
Or they took it elsewhere because he said he had a leader.
I'm going to. How do I put this? Yeah, screw it. I'm going to cut the tattoo off. I'm gonna skin the arm.
Well, we're in true D&D land now, folks.
Well, as you start doing that, like, you take off the armor, and it goes further on the body. So how far do you want to do this?
I walk
Take it
away
apart.
and find lunch because I'm an outlander.
Okay. So
I
you
will
want...
skin as much of the body as I need to.
Okay. It basically goes up his arm and then basically over his chest and, like, his heart.
Okay.
And that's basically where it stops.
Okay.
So,
One
yeah.
skin tattoo.
Spider tattoo with skin attached.
Yes.
And I find it actually, yeah, I can find provisions for the entire day, including fresh water, assuming that there is berries,
Yes.
small game, water, and so forth. Which I'm pretty sure there is because it's a small forest, or not a small forest, a not so thick forest, but it's a forest.
Yeah.
So, what this told, and I'll convey this to you, Josh, is obviously,
As I walk back with a few rabbits.
yes, him killing himself means that he most likely had orders to, be killed, or, to, if he can't get away, seppuku.
Yeah.
Seppuku?
Yeah, when he did that, right before you pulled the trigger, you barely heard it. He just said praise.
Perfect.
And you're like, dang it, I'm dealing with a cult.
Always. Yep.
as part of the murder cult.
Those are always the best. Okay. Oh gosh, I don't know what else to do with them.
Well, I guess we don't need to find this beast anymore.
Yeah. Cool. Well,
I left
I
home
think
for nothing.
Well, he said that there were more groups doing this.
Well, yeah, I know,
Yes.
but I left because I thought it was an actual beast, and it's just people.
Well, he
Well,
said
I mean-
no one was physically doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah, no one. Yeah, so they're spreading the rumor, causing chaos and panic, but it doesn't mean that there isn't a beast there.
Yeah, from what you remember seeing from your eye, there's something in the woods, Josh.
Well, there's something.
Yeah, because you personally saw something, but
It may not be what's stealing the pigs, though.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
it's probably not what's stealing the pigs, since he basically admitted to stealing pigs.
yeah, I think we head back and find the sheriff or something, or whoever's supposed to be in charge, and tell them that the issue is being caused by people.
All right.
Okay. Who did we talk to then?
It's a good question.
I mean, the easiest way to find out would be go back to Dale at the bar.
Yeah.
Hmm?
Just go talk to Dale.
Do you look for any wisp bloom?
Do we happen upon any wisp bloom?
Roll me a survival check. Just
Yeah, well, I mean, if it's passive, it's 13. But if you want me to actually roll, I can.
just roll.
It's still 13.
It's still 13.
I see nothing. John Snow.
You find like one or two.
I feel like with a 5, you almost walk off a cliff trying to get one or something.
Yeah, you do almost walk off a cliff.
Because
Well,
if I
actually-
remember, they grow in places that make people die.
Yeah.
Actually, here's a quick thing before I forget and can't retroactively do this. Could both of you make me a perception check?
Why, certainly.
Seems 13's a good number right now.
Haha, I'm above my passive.
Everything's fine.
I don't have inspiration, so I can't. Okay. Everything is Batman.
Everything is Batman.
Can I roll paranoid?
Yeah, you could roll paranoid.
Hmm.
It's D20 plus 20. If you're above 20, you are paranoid.
No, D20 plus 19 if you're above 20. If you're the AC is 20.
The DC. But yeah,
Also, this is not Call of Cthulhu. You cannot you cannot roll paranoid.
you make your way back to town, getting out of the woods.
How many Nernroot Wisp Bloom did we get?
You got 2.
Oh no.
Quest incomplete. You could stay out here in the woods and try to find more.
Well, I'm not going to actively look for it.
Wisp bloom.
Oh,
Wisp.
Like Will-O-Wisp.
Hmm?
Yeah,
Gotcha.
I keep pausing between the P and B because it's just a weird word.
Yeah. I apologize.
that's good.
And you emerge from the woods and are heading back to town.
Just to be fair, it's not as bad as the line, "She's not so common now." So, and also, anyone
That
want a
hurts
peanut?
me. Ooh, not yet.
Stop rhyming and I mean it.
Anyone want to beat it? And as you're coming out from the woods and the direction you are, you will pass by the graveyard. And currently, it seems old Cedric has company.
Oh,
I'm
you had the
alright
same
with this.
idea.
Okay, you disappear.
What do I do?
Roll at disadvantage.
Huh?
You're in chainmail. Roll at disadvantage.
Oh, that's right. I keep forgetting that.
I forget it too. Trust me.
14.
Yeah, 14.
Ooh,
Curses.
well done.
Yeah.
See, it even pops up with the thing. It's like roll, normal, advantage, disadvantage, and I just hit continue because I keep forgetting.
Yeah. So Cedric is talking to a man who is atop of horse. Apparently, judging from what you can see from as you're approaching, he just rode in. They're having some sort of conversation. As you approach, it kind of tones down.
Clink,
the guy
clink,
appears
clink.
appears to be noble of some sort, and he's asking about lodging and provisions.
Okay.
Could both of you make me an insight check?
I feel like they weren't talking about this a moment ago.
I have no idea what is going on.
Plus 10 to your roll, sir.
Josh, when you were approaching, you noticed once you got within a certain distance, the guy on the horse 10-step for a split moment. Maybe they're not talking about what they once were.
Yeah, see, the player knew that already, and now the character knows that.
Skype just cut out there for a second for me.
Oh. Yeah, I mean...
Did you hear what I said?
Yeah, they probably weren't talking about what they were before.
Yeah, and you also have the feeling he noticed you.
No, I'm pretty sure he did, because I can hear myself clinking. And there's nothing really to hide behind here other than gravestones. I don't know where Tulio went, but...
He phased into the fourth dimension.
I stepped sideways into the shadows and now I'm one with the mist. I'm the mist walker.
Pretty much.
Wait, did you cast Misty Steppe?
No! I can't do that to level 3.
Well, I mean, you probably aren't going to go arcane anyways, but...
Yeah.
I need to give you something like that at some point, though, with all these nat 20s on stealth you're getting. Do you approach closer?
I... Feeling that they probably noticed me since their conversation changed.
Cedric didn't.
Well, they obviously the guy on the horse did. Because...
Yeah, he's very finely dressed.
He also has a higher vantage point because he's on a horse.
Yeah, he's on a horse. He's on a horse. On a horse.
Like a boss.
Everybody look at him because he's riding on a horse.
The horse is amazing.
Well, yeah. Look at my horse. My horse is amazing.
Uh-huh. I'm gonna get pretty close.
I'm gonna leave because if I stay around, they're not gonna talk about anything.
Okay, so you start wandering down the road.
I'm staying.
So I'm guessing you're like dashing behind gravestone to gravestone. How close are you trying to get?
Close enough I can hear, far enough that they can't see me. Unless, I assume they're not talking at the house.
Oh,
But
quick
if they
question.
are, I could always stay behind the house.
I found the wisp bloom, right?
You found 2 of, yeah.
Okay, so they're on me, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm heading to Phillips.
Okay.
Okay.
It's one of those optional quests. You can either turn it into Cedric or Philip.
Well, we can
Yeah,
always
you
find
can be-
5 more later, too.
Yeah.
You could be like, Philip, I know you said that you're worried about the old man taking drugs, and he offered us to get him drugs.
Also, here's the drugs.
So you're hiding behind a gravestone, probably like 10 or so feet away at this point.
Perfect.
And you see like this guy on the horse, like, even though you probably shouldn't, like, following the direction of where Errant went, just like eyeing that direction.
I'm not Aragorn. as much as I want to be.
Eric
Aircoin.
Eric Coin. I'm assuming this may not be the best place for our conversations. As he gives like a look to Cedric. Oh, no, my lord. I didn't think anyone would be out and about at this moment. I apologize. But if you're looking for lodging, there isn't currently rooms available, and I don't know if anyone has things for travelers if you are planning on going on a trip. I just need to get to the docks as quickly as possible. And this is where your DM talks to himself.
Yes.
Is that clear? And you see him like cast a look, and it looks like almost for a moment like he might be looking at you, but it's just him turning and looking north basically to Mossmore and like the direction of those woods. And as Mossmore gets into more of its kind of moorish, not necessarily a swamp, but almost, and thicker trees, and that area, that's kind of what the implication there is.
Gotcha.
I can't be followed. We're close. You understand me, Cedric? You'll be able to see her again. And then Cedric rushes into the house, and you hear a bit of shuffling. And like you see him take several things that you assume that he kind of uses just to live out here.
Yeah.
And hands these provisions over to this guy in a rush.
Okay.
He seems excited at this point. The man on the horse just nods and begins to trot down the road to the town.
Okay.
The player in me wants to ask if you're going to coup de grace him.
I'm waiting for the noble to get out of the way because it's going to be a lot more.
No, I was talking about the noble.
Yeah, no, I'm not going to. No, me killing a noble right now might land me dead. But once he's gone, I'm going to try to sneak up on Cedric and be like, so, who's that? But first I need to stealth, I assume.
Well, you're still stealthed.
You're still stealthed.
Okay.
So we see you approaching, and I assume do the tap on the shoulder to Cedric.
Oh, no, he's going to have a blade to his neck.
Oh, okay. So you blade to the neck him, and right as we see the panic look of Cedric, we go to Aracoin. How quickly are you traveling?
I was just walking.
All right. Eventually, said man on the horse, traveling the same road as you. Basically, kind of, and you saw this too, Alex, is basically as soon as he got this thing, he kind of pushed the horse, which seemed a bit tired at that point, into a quick gallop.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah, so
he's trying to get somewhere.
He nearly runs you over, Josh, and just yells, "Out of the way, peasants," as he nearly does so.
I feel like I would have heard that coming, and I was like off the road while he was yelling. It's like, I'm over here. You're fine.
I'm walking here.
Yeah.
I'm walking here.
Yeah.
Yeah. You see him ride past at a fast gallop, basically.
Yeah, okay.
This horse is not looking well, by the way.
I feel for the horse.
I'm going to report him to PETA.
Please don't make those jokes. Pokemon Black and Blue, that was a PETA ad. Moving on.
Ooh.
Okay. That might not have been, but they've made some pretty bad ads.
Yeah, they have.
Yeah, unfortunately, you get crazies in all groups.
I'd like to report your own ad to you.
Yep. Anyway.
Okay.
So what do you do in response to him full bore riding past you into the town?
I keep walking into town.
Okay.
Shoot him in the back.
I'm not stealthed.
No. Please don't do that. Not yet.
I suddenly have a few levels of rogue, and and I use my bonus action to stealth, and then I shoot him with my crossbow.
Yeah. So you make it back into town. It is nearing the evening by this point, by the way.
Okay. Well, if Philip's place is still open, I'm gonna sell him the Wisp Bloom.
Mm-hmm. As a thank you for, do you explain the situation, or do you just like, I got some Wisp Bloom?
I mentioned about the old Cedric wanted it, and I figured it'd be better in your hands than his.
He kind of sighs and nods, and I don't really have. And he hands you basically the equivalent of like a healing potion.
Okay, that's what I figured I was getting out of this.
Unfortunately, a lot of my provisions are just flat out bought out.
Oh, that
I have to go searching again.
Oh, that man that just rode through?
Yeah.
I'm gonna call that a heal
kit.
kit.
Lossmore. Didn't say his name, just and he does like, the pantomime for like dropping a bunch of coin on the table.
Yeah.
Probably is bothering Dale about a room for the night.
Yeah, his horse definitely needed the stable.
I hope that thing lives.
Yeah. Question: £1 for the heal kit?
Yeah, let's say £1.
Yeah, I mean,
it's heavier than like a healing potion.
Yeah, it's not a potion. You don't just swallow it.
Yeah. And is there anything you want to do, or do we want to get back to your rogue threatening an old man?
How much is it for a room at the inn again?
I believe for what you were going for, it was like 10 copper. For like the low end.
Yeah. If I like a regular room.
Oh, here, let me pull up that's in the equipment. It's a couple pages down.
Thank you.
Yeah, I closed it, so I don't have it open.
Probably. Oh, you're all good.
I'll just open it again.
Expenses, lifestyles. Well, that's cool. It even goes into food, drink, and lodging. In stay. So if you're looking at squalid, which is like terrible, that's 7 copper. Poor is 1 silver piece. Modest is 5 silver pieces.
Okay, that's what I was thinking. 8. Yeah, 1 then, because I wanted modest last time.
Okay,
but I can't afford it now.
Get poor. Yeah, you're gonna get poor lodging.
So I go get my lodging for the night.
Yeah. Dale's and the reason why it's poor lodging is Dale basically says this rich guy got like paid a guy for him to leave and for him to have his room.
Yeah, like he was like, I would have given you another good room if I had it.
Yeah, so you can sleep out here, and I'll make sure everything's locked up.
I mean, I could only afford like a cheap room anyways, so this is what it would have been anyways.
Yeah. And then we go back to someone threatening a poor old man.
But not innocent.
I never said anything about that.
All right.
Can I help you, stranger?
Who is the man on the horse?
Passing noble.
His name and house?
He's from Mossmore.
I gathered.
Caesar doesn't say anything else.
Is there an intimidate? Oh, there it is.
Gosh,
oh.
I'm gonna switch tracks on him and ask him. No. I'm going to throw the spider web skin on the ground in front of him, and ask him why he's been having dealings with this man.
He doesn't say anything.
Is his heart still beating? Oh wait, I'm not there.
You hear him still breathing. He hasn't like died of a heart attack.
I mean,
yeah, no, I'm not.
he
I'm
is
not.
known as Old Cedric, so
Yeah, he is old, but he has not died of a heart attack, which is surprising because you'd think an old man would be freaked the hell out.
I mean, he's seen a lot of dead bodies, so he's like,
Yeah.
Okay. Well, and then I'll ask him how soon do you want to see your wife? Do you want to see her now, or do you want to see her in a couple days, or whenever you complete this task for the noble?
We shall see them all soon.
Really? You and your alchemists planning something?
He is my liege.
Oh, well, I'm sorry. That sucks.
It seems that you have been talking to Philip, haven't you? He
Hold
doesn't
on.
know much
Make
about
a roll. I have no idea who Philip is.
Did you not ask the herbalist whom you were traveling with his name?
Wait, okay. To be fair, can he see who? Can he tell who I am?
Probably from your voice, unless you've been changing it.
What kind of role would I need to do that?
You can just tell me you were trying to.
I mean, you
Okay,
did
yes,
get an
my
at
goal
20.
was to. Yeah, my goal is that I've been trying to hide my identity. That's why.
Okay.
I should have.
Also, you did get a
Okay.
23 on your deception, so.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So he's like, okay. So rolling it back then.
Okay, sorry.
He is my liege,
Okay.
and as for alchemists, few people know the true value of wisp bloom.
It's dangerous. In the wrong hands.
In the wrong hands, yes.
I
But
feel
what
like he
good
would have
is
said
the
in the
ability-
right hands.
What good is the ability to just see someone, only for such a short time?
What good is anything?
Growth, expansion. Basically, the opposite of what you're doing. You're looking in the past.
But we must look into the past to see the future. Learn from it.
Yeah, those who don't learn from it are doomed to fail, and I understand.
Exactly. You must learn from your history and not repeat the same mistakes twice.
How did your wife pass?
She died of old age.
Condolences. And
Could you make me a reflex save, Alex?
I was gonna say I'm gonna knock his ass out here in a sec, but yeah.
Okay. As with deft precision, he flicks over the teacup in his hand, is basically his left hand, and hits you in the face with some sort of tea.
Oh, beautiful.
Could you make me a Constitution saving throw?
I know what kind of tea this is.
I get to see the dead people.
Actually, no, you don't.
Don't.
Yes.
Yeah, you don't. Well, actually.
But you did just get tea in your eyes. I mean.
Here's the thing. You do see people, but it isn't like you are basically stuck there.
I'm confused.
It's
basically,
like overlaying your sight so you can still see.
Oh.
Yeah. If you had failed it, you basically would be kind of in that moment.
Oh, gotcha.
But you see a woman there, basically, You rate her. She's probably at this point, probably 40-ish.
Okay.
She's near one of the graves, and uh, like it looks like someone at that point had uh, ruined some sort of flower arrangement someone had put on it, and she was quickly like prepping it, and she like looks over and starts talking and has a smile. And as she's well, she's looking in that direction.
Oh, okay.
And then you kind of have the creepy moment of as if you basically just stop and don't do anything. Even if you do something to Cedric, you'll hear a little bit of this. So you can still act. You're still there. It's just you're now seeing that in addition to in addition to the normal stuff.
Okay. Cool. Wow. Okay. We'll still holding him. I'll be like, oh yeah. Okay. Apparently it does work.
And she turns and you hear him and her say this at the same time.
Okay.
By the way, you haven't seen him drink any.
Yeah.
Oh, good morning, Cedric. How's it doing, honey? Did the Foreman kids act up again? I told you to give them a stern talking to about the last time they did this. So you hear her saying this and him saying this word for word. Until eventually, like, it just dissipates.
Or you do something, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna knock him out.
All right, you just bop him over the head and knock him out. And so you stop hearing like his side of it, and you hear her for a little bit before it just kind of goes away, kind of like someone turning off a TV channel.
Oh boy. Okay, so legitimately I'm thinking possession right now. It's the first thing that makes sense.
It's looking into the past. It's not really seeing the dead people.
Yeah.
You can make me a religion check.
Okay. I mean, yeah, also because, the daughter has been in there. Whoa!
Okay. So you do know this, and this is basically you kind of Sherlock Holmes piecing together various bits of religion you've studied or heard of. But in the full thing of those who worship the brothers, the father, and the daughter, you know that the four brothers are based in the elements, and each element has something they do.
Right.
It was decreed by the father because the four brothers were causing a bunch of chaos that elements must stay within their nature. Earth must hold, wind must travel, fire must consume, and water must recall.
Okay.
And you remember, probably from someone traveling or some sort, who told a story of when the goddess Tila came down as an effort to get the brothers to connect together and stop fighting each other. That as her first gift, she took some of the flowers that had been made in the world since she could not create something of her own. And taking a bit of each of her brother's power, made them a flower, a special one for each brother. And Wisp Bloom was the one for water.
Okay. Well, it works.
I mean, not in the way that they were making us think, but it works.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Not that I know any of this.
Okay. That's really cool.
Yeah.
Well, for practicalities, I'm gonna put Cedric in his house.
You had a drunken bender.
Yes. And then I'm gonna wander my way back while contemplating, the gravity of the situation. Be like, whoa, okay.
Yeah.
Fun.
So basically, you saw that moment
Okay.
You
Yeah,
basically, for that instant of time, saw that piece of time.
that's cool. Um. Well, shoot. I guess there's some legitimacy in those alchemists after all.
Mm-hmm. The question is, which
Okay.
ones are the legitimate ones?
Yeah.
Want to buy some snake oil?
Well, and on top of that, the implications that a noble is trying to get his hands with this.
Uh,
Okay.
from your brief conversation, it seems like the noble was not someone connected directly to who was providing with Wisbloom,
Yeah.
but someone in whatever religion he was in the religion he's following.
Yeah. Okay. Well, yeah, no, I guess I'll just head back to the end, regroup, and let Haircoin know what I saw.
Aircoin is sleeping in her chair when you show up. It seems like he didn't get enough sleep the previous night.
For
No idea
full
why.
rest.
That's fine. I'll let you sleep
Okay. I'm not saying you
in
have
your
to let him
chair.
sleep. I'm just saying he's already asleep.
No, you're good. Yeah, no, that's all that I have for the for that day.